All right, hi boys. First of all, James saying you love metal, that just made my day. I was just sitting here listening to Metallica. Yeah. Second of all, my question. Obviously, as twins, you were most suited to the Weasley twins, or maybe the Patel twins. But if you got to pick a character other than the twins, who would you both like to play?
Mine would be Peeves, the poltergeist.
Are you going to top that?
Can I say Dobby?
That's good.
Hi, I was just wondering, because you played the Weasley twins for so long, how much of their character from the book influenced how you are now, or vice versa?
I think it depends on what environment you're in, really. Like, this type of environment, it's quite easy to drop into that type of character, to a point. Don't worry, there's no explosion that's going to kick up there.
Bring it.
But yeah, it does seep into you, because we were playing these characters from the age of 14, which is kind of when you start learning who you are as a person. And you're being told, just mess about, have fun, you've got to make these people laugh, do this, do that. So that does seep into your mindset a bit, and that environment, you do get a bit of a, say if there's a sign that says, don't go this way, even though it's clearly the best way to get there. So I think stuff like that is like the characters, isn't it? Or I'm just
We're just lazy, that's the main thing.
it's like a sloth, that's all it is.
For me, it definitely rubbed off, because just doing this right now would have scared the living hell out of me back in the day. But when we first started filming, I was very shy and quite, just shy. That's the best way to describe it. And I was always, not sulky, I didn't mean to sulk, but I was kind of like
Visual.
Yeah, visual. Not for any reason either.
But I always remember we were on the...
Shut up, I'm telling a story.
Better be a good one.
Yeah. So anyway, I was very shy and very kind of a bit. I say this would scare the hell out of me. And then, but playing the part of Fred, kind of, you have to be outgoing, because if you're trying to play the class clown isn't the guy in the back kind of just sulking. He's the guy at the back laughing. So that's where I kind of thought, well, I was doing that at work anyway, and I thought I'm going to give this a try in general, and I did, and I'd say it was a great thing to do, because I've been a lot more upbeat, and I laugh a lot more as well, so I'd recommend it to anybody. You can buy the DVD and the course online, but no, yeah, definitely it was, I think just having fun. Like, life's too short to be serious all the time. So, yeah.
Nice.
Hi, I just wanted to know what your best and worst moments on the set of Harry Potter were.
Let's start with the worst moments, I'd say. No, my best moment would be in the fourth movie, when we're all, they had the Yule Ball. And unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see this bit, because for some legality reason, they had to get rid of it. But they had the Weird Sisters, and they had a concert in the Great Hall. They had a stage setup bigger than this, and they had basically Radiohead with Jarvis Cocker. And we were like, okay, this is pretty cool. And they played a gig, one take, and they just played all this different stuff. And they said to us, like, start a mosh pit. Just dropping shoulders on people, and then they had Warwick Davis crowd surfing, and we didn't know what was going to happen. They had all these speakers at the back of this, where basically the stage is, where all the teachers sit. That was the stage, and they had loads of speakers. And at one point, all the speakers started shooting smoke out of them. It's absolutely amazing.
In the Great Hall.
In the Great Hall. So I'm sorry that it was one of those you had to be there stories, but that was my favourite bit, definitely.
Oh, so you leave me with the sad bit?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
Make everyone cry.
Yeah. I don't know, but I was very fortunate. I didn't really have any sad sad days, if that makes sense, because we're all such a big group of mates, so we had a good laugh all the time.
Did you have a last day?
Did I have a last day?
You've spoken.
Yes, you've had your say.
It was, actually, I'll tell you one.
Oh, all right, go on, you take over.
I'll tell you. Sid. I think the last day of filming was pretty weird, because we knew that was it, because the next day they were bulldozing the studios. And so we're waiting to film this scene, and there's a scene where Fred and George are talking to each other, overlooking Voldemort's army turning up. So we said, you're right, type thing. And that was the weirdest one, because we knew that we'd never ever film ever again for Harry Potter. As I say, there's a JCB digger right outside, ready to tear this thing down. And we were like, okay, this is it. 10 years gone.
God, you're going on the heartstrings here, aren't you?
It's working. Yeah, so that was the saddest day in Harry Potter for me.
Right, thanks, good night.
Hi, since you played the Weasley twins for so long, can you tell us a joke?
Okay, I heard it really bad. Like, it shouldn't be repeated. Okay, go on. So there's two slugs in a race. Okay, and the one pulls up and he's really hurt. And they say, he says, "Oh, have a look." So the doctor goes up to him and takes off his shell. He says, "Oh, you're looking a bit sluggish."
It's a snail. Two snails going. No, you said slugs.
Make me laugh. Stand up. Make me laugh.
You've ruined it now.
Make me laugh.
I can't even think of it now, sorry.
And the other one, he's like, damn.
I can't think of any which are clean, so I'm sorry.
Seen that other one with the S on him? Like, seen that S card go?
Hi guys, I just want to say that I have the same birthday as your characters do, so April Fool's, best day of the year, in my opinion. Woo, April Fool's! Okay, also, I happen to be a big fan of like other Harry Potter off sort of fan created stuff, like the Harry Potter musical fan fiction, Harry Potter Puppet Pals, yeah? What's your opinion on that kind of stuff? And if you were to create your own Harry Potter fan fiction, who would you pair together?
Oh, this is gonna get good.
Oh God.
I'm gonna sound really boring and political here, but I don't really read that stuff because I only go on what the stuff that Joe's written and all that, so I kind of just use that as what is. And pairing people together, I'm
getting tired.
No, I don't know. That's another joke.
Are you thinking?
I'm thinking of a joke.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I don't read that fan fiction. I've learned a long time ago, don't. Yeah, things get weird.
Thank you.
I'm just wondering, which scene in the Harry Potter films did you have the most fun filming?
Loads. That's one answer, done. I would say in the Goblet of Fire, when Fred and George put their name into the Triwizard Cup. That was really fun to do because we got to do our own stunts to a degree. We wanted to do the full way of being held up in the air and then back on the floor. But they said, no, we've got stunt guys for this. I'm like, okay, fine, I'll do that. So they did, and eventually, so we watched the stunt guys do it, and the guy playing me actually dislocated his elbow. So I was kind of like, that could have been me. Step over. And then we went from there, and then Mike, the director, said, right, so you guys have a fight with each other now. And this is when we've had these, like the wigs and the huge grey beards come on. And these things are worth, I'm trying to think what it is in Canadian, let's say 10 grand.
Twice. Think twice.
Yeah, 10,000 Canadian dollars. And so you can see, and so the director's saying, have a fight, and the hair and makeup people are like, no. Just hit him on the arm, don't do anything. But that was really good fun, but we weren't doing it correctly. And so the director said, right, he wants to fight me. So Oliver's like, all right, I will. And so Oliver literally threw the director of the...
No. He jumped on me, and Mike Newell is a big guy.
So then Oliver threw Mike off him, and the most important man on the film set, and Oliver broke his rib.
Bruised his rib. So he had to go to he went to the doctors about that. Yeah. But actually, while he was at the doctor's, there was a lady who went in.
No.
Yes! And she goes in and she says, Doctor, I'm having a terrible time of it. My husband's having chest pains. So the doctor says, right, okay, well, give him these pills. Have one Monday, skip Tuesday. Have one Wednesday, skip Thursday. Have one Friday, come back Monday. So she comes back the following week. Says, so how's your husband? She says, terrible, doctor, he died. I'm sorry, was it the tablets? She says, no, it was the skipping.
On behalf of the Phelps family, I want to apologise for that effort that was there. But... Okay, yeah. Okay.
I tried. Go on, you try.
For those who don't know, you guys guest judged a performance, a competition on King of the Nerds, which included them going down a zip line with a broom between their legs, aiming pink balls at targets. How did you think of their performance, and do you think you could have done better than them?
We had a go, actually.
Yeah. Basically, for those who don't know, Oliver and I were on a game show in the UK called King of Nerds. Right? And Oliver and I, they asked, do you want to come down for a day and judge the contestants? And they set up this zip wire where they had to fly down with a broomstick, dumping stuff into targets, is that right? Yeah. It was over a year ago when we did it, so I'm trying to remember. But I remember the one guy got caught up there, didn't he? He wasn't very...
Yeah, he was squeaking, he was having quite a high voice. Poor little fella. No, it was good. I think they did a good job though. It was very fun. But everyone look out for that show if you get to see it.
Are you ever sad when people can't tell you apart?
Can you tell us apart right now?
No,
don't worry. We've been called a lot worse things than "Are you James? Are you Oliver?" So we're kind of used to it. We're 29 now, and my whole life people get used to me thinking I'm James, which sometimes it comes in handy. We have a game sometimes when we go to like a charity benefit dinner. We'll you get an iPad on the table, and you can bid for silent auction prices. And James didn't know it at the time, but we were playing a game. And at the end of the night, James was the proud owner of a huge, it was a big frame full of, I guess you guys had baseball cards years ago, but they were in cigarette packets, like little trading cards. But these were cricketers from the 1900s, which I got. And James ended up having to pay it because he was all like that.
He was James.
But it was very nice because I got it as a Christmas present a few years later. So sometimes having a twin brother comes in handy.
Did you have any specific routine that you did or something weird that you did to prepare for your character?
Dyed my hair ginger. And the eyebrows. That was the worst part, actually. The eyebrows were the worst part.
Especially if you leave it to an intern.
Yeah. Oliver actually had his eyebrows burnt off having them dyed by the intern because she left it on too long.
If you ever want to look like a weird head, don't have eyebrows. So you just see like the makeup lady come in and go, what the hell happened to you? So for about a week, I had like little ginger drawn on. It was quite good when you go home, so you could do like an angry face.
But in regards to getting in character, to be honest, I think the only time I actually had to properly prepare was if we're doing quite a morbid scene, like if the characters were supposed to be quite sad. Like that was
when Dumbledore popped it.
Sorry?
When Dumbledore
popped it, yeah, that was sad.
Popped it! Spoiler!
Spoiler alert!
Yeah,
I'd say that was the one part was when you've got to be serious, especially with Rupert as well, because we would always giggle like little schoolgirls on them. So, but in regards to anything else, we're pretty good because we were able just to have fun. That was pretty much what we're always encouraged to do.
Hey guys, so the Weasley twins were my favorite characters throughout the entire series, and when Fred died, I got so mad I actually threw my book out the window. And then I got mad because I had to go get it and it was raining. Which character's death, besides Fred, emotionally affected you?
Dobby.
Apart from Fred.
Oh, Tonks. Dobby.
Can I just go away from it and I'll just say Fred, because it was actually pretty. It was a bit of a thing for me. Not gonna lie.
How did anyone give you heads up? Or
no, I had no idea. It was the book came out and I was in Japan at the time. I was on a bit of a holiday touring around, and I was on the bullet train going down there. And it's actually a true story. I was reading when it came to it, and then I was literally at the time I read what happened, I was like, and then I'm going through all these really mixed emotions without being all dramatic and because it was literally like reading that a mate of mine had died. It was really that surprised. Not only was I surprised by what had happened in the book, but I was then surprised that I was feeling surprised that this was going on. So I'm going through all this. Meanwhile, the ticket inspector.
Oh no.
Ticket. I was like, hang on, mate, I've just died here. Chill out. Which is, so that's kind of etched in my memory now. And then so when we got to the town that we were staying the night, I kind of got off and I was just a bit like, well, that sucks, doesn't it? But yeah, so, sorry, I've got to say Fred's, I'm afraid. Yeah, Dobby wasn't the best.
He had it coming though, didn't he? I'm joking. Sorry, I was only getting a reaction. Sorry. Next one.
I have 2 questions. The first question is, what is the weirdest thing that you have ever seen a fan of Harry Potter do?
Get a tattoo on their neck. My signature, that's pretty odd, but cool at the same time.
And my second question is, do you solemnly swear that you are up to no good?
Best question of the day, that I would say.
Mischief managed, man.
Yes, I do.
Good job. Okay, so I actually have 2 questions as well. And my first one is, did you guys ever switch and play each other's roles on set? And if so, did anyone ever notice?
No and no. Basically, we did for a rehearsal of a Great Hall scene, and the camera is looking at everybody in the whole, like all 500 people in the room. And Oliver and I were sitting like that, and then we decided for a rehearsal, we'd sit like that. And that was it. That was the only time we ever switched. And we stupidly told a reporter this once. But now, apparently...
From a weird student blogging site who wanted to make a story.
Well, God knows where it came from. But then, next thing you know, apparently we were caught switching roles all the time and had to reshoot half the second movie. And we got written letters from Warner Brothers and all this stuff. No. So, just to put the record straight, we were very professional. So, yes, unfortunately, though we did sometimes fill in for each other if one was poorly on a day. So, that'd be about it.
How did they decide who was going, or who and how did they decide who was going to play Fred and who was going to be George? And then once they decided and you died, did you think, oh, I wish I was George?
No, I really hope everyone here has seen or read the last one.
That's good. That's really good actually, because when we read the script, the first script through, and it was the first real movie script I'd ever read. So I was like, wow, that's cool. And they say you have to go for the read-through, which is where basically all the characters sit in a room around a big table with the director and the writer and the producers, and you read your part through, so they can gauge timing of the film and everything. So it's the first time we'd met half the cast as well, and we were sat there and we were like, well, we still don't know who's who. Like quite shy lads, never done this before. Like, Janet, who's the casting director, she said like, I said, who's Fred and George? And she went, good. No, you're kidding, right? So you see her walk around the room, like, right around, and she goes up to Chris Columbus, director, David Heyman, the producer, and J.K. Rowling. Wow. And you see them talk around, and they look down, and they go back up, and she comes, running back. Yeah, James, you're Fred, Oliver, you're George. So we like to think that what happened was, oh, can you not remember that massive conference call we had with Burbank? They had to determine who this was. But more than likely, they went, But I was really glad that I was George, by the way.
Okay, so you guys had the Marauders map for a while, or Fred and George did. Do you think if you'd had Harry's invisibility cloak, you would have been able to play better pranks, or do you think you did well without it?
Yes.
I don't think it probably would have hurt, but they seem to do pretty well without. And I think that's part of it, isn't it, really? If you get caught, you get caught. But not that I've done any of this, that's just my abundantly clear.
Are there any characters that you guys have always wanted to play, either as twins or solo?
I've always thought about a show where you could have a load of, not just twins, but triplets, like multiple births. Because the DNA structure is the same in terms of blood and all that. So you could have people with a totally alias life, and they're all villains. They're all content players, and they've got an alibi. So if they get caught, they're like, well, no, it can't be him because he was seen in a different part of the country. So I'd love to do a really long, successful series of that, with no jokes that I write myself in it. Apart from that time when a man goes to the doctor. Go on.
Do you ever get kind of annoyed when people refer to you guys as the twins rather than like separate people?
Yes, actually. I'm going to make a stand right now. Yes, I do. To be honest, it's something that I'm used to from the year I can dot. But we were always raised as individuals. We're never referred to as the twins. And so much so, normally, if someone tries to be smart and calls twins or twin, I ignore them. That's not my name. I
call them something else back.
Or call them something else back, yeah. But yeah, it's like, I mean, I know it's just ignorance. It's not real.
I always remember doing an interview once, and someone said, "So what's it like being a twin?" And the first thing in my head I wanted to ask, "What's it like being an idiot?" We don't know any difference being a twin, you know? And yeah, it's just one of those stigmas, I suppose people get. Like that thing. Do you feel it if he gets hurt?
You were not asking.
Only on my fist. They're slow on there.
I'm so sorry to be the one to say this, but we only have time for one more question.
Pressure.
Okay. Hi, so could you just quickly say hi to my sister Caitlin?
Is that the question? That's the
That's
last
not the question. That's not the
That could be
question.
the last question.
No,
Hi, Caitlin. You're right.
Hi, Caitlin.
Okay. And you said that on the set that you didn't switch places a lot. So did you like never switch places? Because you're wasting something. You're twins.
Did you not just hear the last answer?
No, we really didn't swap places when we were filming.
Actual last.
Like ever?
Oh, ever do we swap it? Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
we always do that.
Where you have?
Legally, have I ever been James?
Yeah, on a couple of times. But the worst one, well, the only thing I can relate to it's not me, so I'm trying to make this interesting now. The guys they were more like Fred and George than we were at our school. Basically, in our year group at school, I think there was 4 sets of twins. So something in the water in where we're from. And the one guy was really good at cricket, and the other guy was really good at science. And both of their exams fell on the same day, and they both switched. So the one guy who was good at cricket played cricket as his brother, and the other guy who was good at science took the science exam for his brother.
But they had a rap.
Well, the one guy went into school the next day to be told, "Why are you here? You're suspended." So it turns out the cricket player had a row with the umpire. Yeah, so we learned then, never trust your brother when it comes to...
Okay, and I was just kidding. We have time for one more question.
Hi, she just asked about the other roles, so I'm going to switch it up and say, would either of you ever want to be on Doctor Who?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's cool when you come to these, when you come to conventions and stuff, you realise that you're kind of in your own bubble, in a Potter bubble for us in these things. But it's only when you come to these things you realise how big other fandoms are and what they mean to other people. And when you see that impact, you can relate to it that, okay, we've had a slight part in someone's life, and if you could be part of it in another sense, that would be good. Maybe he's a really good Doctor Who bad guy. Or 2, really.
Good question. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for waiting hours for these men. And would you like to say one last thing to all your fans?
Yeah, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for staying late with us tonight. I know it's getting on. It's Friday night. But no, seriously, thank you very much for coming and making us feel so welcome here in Toronto. It's really good to be here, and I hope you have a great rest of your weekend.
Yeah, and we hope, and for both of us, we just want to say it's been really cool to share the evening with so many of you. So have a really good day and a good evening, and we'll probably see you all tomorrow. What about it? Okay, guys.
Thanks, good night.